can see it, but I don't have it pulled up. Hi guys. Happy New Year. Happy 2023. We are going to, tonight I'm going to show you, we have a new laser. We had the Glowforge, and I love the Glowforge, don't get me wrong, but there are sometimes some limitations. So Rich has decided to kind of jump up and give us some more options with what we can make. So we have introduced a new family member. It is the Omtech, and it is, I have to write it down because I won't remember all these numbers. It is the AF2028. So this is something new. This is my first run with it. He has gone through, and I've been spoiled with ease of other lasers. So I'm a little nervous about running this, but he assures me that it's easy peasy. That said, I am a notes nerd, so I do have my notes here. We're going to take you a walk through this Omtech using Lightburn. I have a little bit of experience with Lightburn, not a whole lot. I do love my Photoshop, so I'm a graphics junkie. So we're going to go from here. Now, I hope you guys can see everything. I do have Rich running the camera, so if you have any questions, let me know. If you need me to slow down or have any questions, just let me know. All right, so this is my Sony computer. You don't need anything special. This thing is ancient, to be honest with you, but it works and I like it. So I'm keeping with it until it craps out. Please don't crap out on me. So what we have is we have Lightburn, and if you Google Lightburn, it is the standard when you're working with lasers, any kind of manipulation. It's got great reviews. So what we have is we have the Lightburn. We are not sponsored by any of the affiliates. I'm just letting you know. So we have Lightburn, and what we're going to do is we have some little snarky keychains that we are going to make tonight. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to file and open, and I have on my desktop, I have an Omtech folder. So I'm going to this snarky keychains. It says set 5, it's not a set of 5. So we have all of these. I'm going to do Some Moms Cuss Too Much. It's me, I'm some moms. What you're going to do is you're just going to take your mouse, you're going to hold down that left mouse button, and you're going to highlight. So it highlights what you want to cut out. Now I'm going to go over here to cuts and layers, and you're going to see these two cuts and layers. And so what I'm going to do is the top layer is going to be the one that starts first. It's going to be the one that cuts first. My layer 3, or my green layer, that is an engrave. Anytime you do an engrave or an etch, you're going to want that air assist turned off. You don't need that. It doesn't go into any kind of depth. You're going to need that off. This red, or layer 2, that is, you are going to need the air assist. That is going to be your cut layer. So you'll see here, this right here, anything that's red, it's going to cut. Anything that's green, it's going to engrave. I do like engrave. I'm an engrave person. I don't like etch. You like etch, then that's fine. You can stick with it. So now we have your laser, and what you're going to do is you're going to make sure you're starting from current position. That's going to start you where you set your laser. This job origin, you're going to click one of these buttons. If you want it to start in the center of your material, you click there. I personally like the top right. Again, personal preference. So then you have cut selected graphics turned on, because you only want it to cut this. You don't want it to do everything that's on there. You only want what's selected. And forgive me if I'm giving you information that you don't need. Hi Travis. Hi Scott. You don't, if I'm giving you information you don't need or you already know, forgive me. I just am going through the basics because I'm new at this. Use selection origin. So that's going to do your selection. That's where you've selected. That's going to do that. Optimize cut path. That's going to cause your Omtech to cut the best path. Imagine it like your map quest or something. It's going to get you from here to there in the fastest way. So now I'm going back over to cuts and layers, and I'm going to go I need to highlight my engrave. So I've got that highlighted because I need to tell it what material and how to cut it. So I'm going down here to this library tab. And I've been fortunate enough that he's already got this loaded. If you want a video on how to load this, let me know and we'll get one uploaded for you. But again, it's done. Sorry for the dogs, you guys. They're getting the zoomies. So because it's an etch or an engrave, you don't want a thickness. It doesn't matter about thickness. So I'm going to click that engrave. I'm going to click the assign button so it knows that that material has been assigned, or that cut path has been assigned. So then I'm going back over to cuts and layers. It's got the 325/18.0. Now it is going to automatically turn that air on. You're going to have to turn that off. And it's okay. This, on the cut, you are going to want it on. So then I'm going to highlight this. This is my cut line, the red 02. I want it to highlight that. I'm going over to the library. And again, I'm going to use acrylic. Our thickness is the... Sorry. Our thickness is the 0.1969 inches. So I'm highlighting that cut. If you want to go kick them out while I hold this. They're excited. They heard the neighbors. I need to put a mat out front that says no need to knock. The dogs will let us know that you're here, because they definitely do. If you guys have mouthy dogs, you know what I'm talking about. So the cut, I'm going to acrylic and cut under the library, and I'm assigning that. Now I'm going back over to cuts and layers. I just want to make sure that this is right. And it says, it keeps setting it to 1460. I don't want that. I'm going to double click on that, and I'm changing that speed to 20. That's what I found works best. And everything is good. The air assist is on. And so I'm going to click OK. And it's good to go. All right. So now you're going to go into your laser. This is where the fun starts. You are going to want to, again, make sure that it's cut selected graphic, origin, optimized path, your current position, where you want it to start. You're going to click that send button. That is going to send it to the laser. You want to send it, you don't want to start. You can start it on the laser. So I'm going to double click, I'm a clicker, double click that, and it's got the file that I pulled, Snarky K. I don't want that. I'm going to do some moms. It won't let, obviously it only lets you go so far. So let's see, there's a limit to the letters, it seems like. So I'm going to go short and sweet and put cuss. And file exists already. Override it. I don't know what's in there, but I know what I want to cut it, so I hope nobody else cut it and they're like, I'm going to make somebody else cuss when they go to run that file. Alright, again, so I've hit send. So it has gone to the Omtech. I'm going to click start when we get in there. Alright, so we're going. Now, I should have started out by saying, if you have a laser, you need to do all the things to get your laser up and running. I had to go through, open up my vent, turn on the power, turn on the air compressor. I had to do all those things. I've already lifted the lid. I have already put some material. These are just some scrap materials that we have. This is some scrap acrylic. It has the paper on the back. You want the paper side down. We have we've taken some Dawn dish soap liquid and smeared it all over there. This prevents the fire. Dawn has not sponsored me, but if they want to send me a buttload of dish liquid, I'm all for it, because I use it. We go through the bottles. We are making their stocks go up. So I'm just going to lay this down. This is pretty, I mean, it's pretty stout. It's not going to go anywhere, so I'm not going to put my magnets or anything on there. So I've got that there. Now, if you go over here to this, you're going to see all of these files. These are all files, like the tea and ornament. That's something that Rich runs. That's that file that I just sent. So what I'm going to do is, I have to remember. So I have that cuss file, and thank you. Rich is, again, this is my very first time of running this. I've kind of watched and taken notes, but that's it. So what I'm doing is I am going to pull my laser down. You can see that laser is running down. I'm getting that on the acrylic. Now you can put it anywhere you want. That is your preference. I like to get every bit of scrap out I can. Like, you can twist it, you can flip it, however, but I'm going to start over here. Now I've got that set. I've got that set where I want it. I'm going to click on origin, and that's going to set my origin for my laser to start there. And I'm going to now go in and frame. When I click this frame button, this is going to make that laser show me where it's going to cut. Looks like it's good. I'm happy with it. I'm going to close this lid. I'm a little nervous. I was so nervous cutting Glowforge. One day it kind of messed up and oh no. I'm so sorry. I forgot about this. There is a gauge. You have to make sure, this little black gauge here, you have to make sure that that slides under there. That would not have been good. So if you see that, I mean, I could probably fit that under there. I could squeeze it, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to twist this, and you see that moves that laser. So I'm just twisting that until my head sits on, oh, I think I'm going the wrong way. Okay, I'm just doing that so that the laser head sits on there gently. Ooh, that would not have been good. That's one of those things that you can't forget, and I almost forgot. Alright. Now, it looks good. Hi Lars, hi Christy. Thank you guys for watching. So I've got that set. It looks like it's good. I'm a little nervous, so I'm going to close this, and I'm going to click on the frame button again because I just want to make sure that I didn't move my material. Alright. It looks like it's good, so deep breath. Alright. Alright, there it goes. Now one thing, I'm not really patient, so it's like I'm an A to Z person. I want to know how long it's going to take me to get somewhere. And this makes me a little nervous because I like run back and forth and check on it. This is the first time I've ran it, but Richard's like, hey, I'm running this. Keep an eye on it. Help me keep an eye on it. So I keep running in and out. Omtech decides they want to improve on. Give me a finish time. If I have 5 minutes, I want to know I have 5 minutes. Now, if you look over here on this screen, it does give you a run time. It'll tell you. So at the end, you know. This dead silence is the hardest thing. I'm a talker. I like to talk. Once this is finished, you can go in and peel off the backing on your acrylic, and you're going to take some water and a toothbrush, and you're going to scrub all those little areas. It looks a little blurry right now, but it's going to come out good. And it looks like some moms cuss, so it's got a little bit of some time. This is something that's definitely going to up your crafting. I like the size of the bed that the Omtech has. It's going to be a little bit of a learning curve, but I'm excited. If you guys have any questions or, you know, anything, go ahead and feel free to comment. Just any questions you have, let me know. Just get your wheels turning. If you guys need anything made, springtime's coming up. I think I can visualize some of these fishing lures going. There's those the spinner baits. You could use that for like one of your fans up there that as it's going through the water it kind of spins. Cold tag holders, any of your little parts and pieces. We are fortunate enough to have an air assist, so it sucks all the air out. We don't have any fumes or anything. Makes it pretty nice. And I apologize on the wait time. Looks like it's been 5 minutes so far. It's pretty neat to watch it go from design to a finished product. And I think this material was actually a leftover from cold tag holders. Rich made a bunch of those. My Pinterest is overflowing. I'm like, oh, I could do that. You can engrave. You can do anything on these. It's pretty amazing. I did not realize how many doors it opens. We're at 6 minutes. Thank you guys for sticking with. I know there's been some dead air in there. Alright, I stepped out and got a bowl of water real quick and rained that so that when this is finished I don't have to hold you guys for long. Looks like it's almost been finished. This is the engrave stage. Anything you have on that screen, whatever line you have at the top, that's the one that's going to run first. You're always going to want to run the engrave before you do the cut, because if it cuts and then engraves, it can move on you. So once it cuts, it releases that and it doesn't have the weight of everything. So there's our cut section. Sorry for the noise. That is our... Oh, and always make sure you have the button on. I did not mention the button on. Alright, so we're just gonna... I give it just a minute so that it can clear out all the fumes. Do like a quick count to, 5, 6, whatever. I'm going to open up this machine, and it looks like that. I'm going to move. Looks like it's good. Looks like it's finished. I'm just going to move this laser head back over to where I start. Thank you. Alright. Now you can use the razor blade to pick it up. I am doing it the easy way. There is a catch underneath, so any little parts and pieces, it's going to go underneath there. So, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it looks like that is good. I'm going to close this. And I'm turning the laser part off just because I'm not in here. I should have showed you guys to turn it on, but I didn't. So we're going to go in here and wash this off. Alright, so I just have plain Jane bowl of lukewarm water in there. And I don't know if you can see it, my lighting. I tried to rearrange the room a little bit to get better lighting, but it is what it is. So now you can kind of see. That is before removing the paper and before scrubbing. I'm just going to take my toothbrush. This is an old toothbrush. Crafter peoples, they keep everything. So I'm just taking this. You don't have to add any soap because it already has that soap on there. I'm going to wipe this off. And you can see how it's kind of matte. This is the hard part for me. See if I can kind of peel that. I try not to pluck it with my little cricket thing. I should have brought that in there. That won't work. I have a little cricket pin. You'd think as many of these as we've made. Go through all that trouble, and then this is the part you have problems with. Alright, I have a little bitty safety pin. Let's try and peel that up without gouging my piece. Alright, so then this just slides up. Look, it's all shiny. And there it is. Ready for... No, we have keychains, but it's all nice. Ready for your key ring. Alright, you guys, if you have any questions, again, if you need to know, how do I make a library, anything like that. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to let me know. You guys have a wonderful evening. Happy 2023, and good night.